Welcome to the Haunted Playhouse. My name's Ryan, and we have our first video of the year for the haunted house. Very excited, and I'm actually coming to you guys live, actually in the haunted house. This is actually one of the rooms that we've actually built. I got the lighting on. You're not really seeing much of this. You got some alien stuff going on, but you know, we're kind of keeping a little hush-hush on some of the rooms and whatnot. I will actually be kind of doing a little bit of a spoiler today. I actually bought a prop last night. I've been debating it for the last couple of weeks. I knew exactly I wanted him for the haunted playhouse, and I finally pulled the trigger. He is the most expensive prop I've ever bought. He is the biggest prop I've ever bought. And what I want to do today is basically do a prop review of Crouchy the Clown from Spirit Halloween. This guy is huge. If you haven't seen him in person at a Spirit Halloween store, this guy is massive. I mean, he is 7 feet tall, but he's a crouching clown, and it's one of those things, like, you see the videos. I could actually do a video right now and show you him, but it just doesn't give it justice. So what I was going to do today is basically do a quick review of this and kind of give you my personal opinion about the actual prop, and is he worth the price tag, right? So first off, let's go ahead and talk about the setup. The setup for him wasn't bad. The arms, for some weird reason, trying to actually assemble the arms, they had to go in just right. That was probably the hardest thing for me to actually go through and actually get all set up. But everything else was actually really good. So setup, to be honest, is pretty easy for the most part. You know, sometimes you do have some bad holes and you kind of have to wiggle things around, but I would have to give it a 2 thumbs up for the actual setup process. The other thing I wanted to go ahead and kind of review for this specific prop is, is he actually worth the price tag, right? He's $300, right? Of course, I used a 20% coupon to be able to kind of help things out. He doesn't do much from like an animatronic perspective. He kind of just goes from side to side and he turns his head. So he doesn't really have much motion, right? But one of the things with Crouchy is just the size and scale. For some weird reason, he seems like he's bigger than the Collector. I don't mind the Collector, it just doesn't really work with the Haunted Playhouse theme. So it's one of those things that if you are looking for a big piece or big centerpiece and you are doing a clown room, Crouchy is probably going to be one of the ones that you really want to be possibly purchasing if you have the extra money to be able to kind of put it, be able to actually buy him. The only thing with this guy, he is massive. I have like a 4 foot, 5 foot, 4x5 area that I had that I could be able to put him, and I literally, I used the entire area. So that's probably one of the cons, to be honest. You have to have a lot of dedicated space to be able to use this prop. So it's one of those things that I think it's more about the wow factor, and it really should surprise folks when they see him, because you see all these other props that I have. Most of my haunted house is from Spirit, so I go through a lot of those specific props, and I'm very familiar with them, but I'm very impressed with Crouchy. You kind of have to have a specific spot for him, though. So with that said, because of how he's kind of set up, I would probably have to give him an 8.5 out of 10, based on, it's really based on how your haunted house is laid out. He's going to be very specific. You have to have a dedicated room specific for him. You have to have a space. A lot of folks are not going to be able to, any home haunters might not be able to have a space for him. Also, he's 7 feet tall. I have 3 inches of clearance in this haunted house for him. So that right there kind of, you're very restricted on that, right? But other than that, like, I love how they changed his laugh. They went from a high pitch to a lower pitch Crouchy laugh. If you see the website, that's not the same laugh he has anymore. You have to go to the store and check him out. But to be honest, he's actually probably one of the, I mean, he is very expensive, but he's probably one of the better animatronics that I've bought over the last couple years. I think he's really gonna shock people when they come in, and he is that wow factor. So he's gonna be very surprising, and I think when you see him, you're gonna be like, wow, I did not anticipate him being that big. For the price tag, I think is pretty good. With that said, I wanted to also give you guys a heads up. I'm going to be getting setting up a new Instagram just for the Haunted Playhouse. I'll be doing some updates on Facebook and YouTube, and we're going to be trying to do a couple different prop reviews. I do have some other stuff that's coming down the road. Another prop that I bought for the kids' room. I'm hoping I get it. It's on allocation. It's a very hard prop to get, so we're going to see if I can be able to get them or not. But once I get him, I will do a prop review on that. And to be honest, those are going to be pretty much my big animatronics that I'm buying this year. I will probably try to get some animatronics maybe on November 1st to see if I can be able to actually snag some 50%. I would love to get the Bloodthirsty Betty would be amazing if I can get her 50% off. Also, I would love to get that Dahlia jumper. I think that would be a great one, and that would actually probably fix be able to kind of cycle out some of my older props that I have, because I'm starting to get to the point where some of the props they're getting kind of old, and some of them are not working as anticipated, and for the most part, most of this stuff has held up. There's just a couple ones that, buy-in displays and stuff like that, they don't have long, their life is not as a long longevity, whatnot. So, but with that said, I want to go ahead and thank you guys for jumping on. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you happen to get a chance to buy this prop, let me know what you think. I think it's got a wow factor. I think that's the biggest thing. When you see him, you're gonna be just how shocked how big this guy is. So I think that's the biggest thing. But with that said, this is Ryan, the Haunted Playhouse. Catch you guys in a couple weeks once we open up.